Hey Hofstra fans, it's time once again for the WBB Masons Coaches Report. I'm Rob Joyce, joined as always by the head coach of Hofstra women's basketball, Krista Kilburn-Steveskey. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing all right, Rob.
And this weekend, up in ODU, not the result you wanted down in Virginia, falling 80-57, I believe, the final against the Lady Monarchs. What went wrong on Sunday?
You know, we knew that they were going to have a lot of emotions going into the game, being the senior day for Jackie Cook. Jackie Cook, did not have the performance here at Hofstra that we all know she's capable of having. So we knew that she was going to be playing a lot better, and they really hurt us in transition D, which was a focus going into the week. That they scored a lot of points in transition, and we missed a good bit of shots, and it ended up affecting us on the other end of the floor. That was a definite. We had 15 layups that we missed, and we kept letting that get to our head.
Was that the biggest difference between the win that you had over them a couple of weeks ago and then Sunday?
Well, two things. They were beating us in transition defense, and then we were not scoring off their press. We're not really attacking on that first pass, and they did a good job of trying to contain us, so got to give them credit. But we also, were not attacking as aggressively to score against their press, the whole game, and we had scored a lot of buckets off of their press, and in turn us in transition as well. So they hurt us with what they do, scoring in transition.
And a couple of mini-game losing streak here heading into Delaware and the UNCW this week, so a big week this week?
Completely. It's a time of obviously big games and then celebration of our seniors as this week goes. So you just have to turn the page. I mean, the way these games roll and how you can't have self-doubt. You have to learn how to flush that down really, really quick. And I'd said that after the ODU game, you got to clear your headspace, and you got to have leadership on the floor. You got to have folks believing that we can do it. I have a lot of kids in the locker room, that believe that we can do this and really do believe that things can change. So that's nice. If the mode was different, you'd be scratching your head. So but the thing is, you got to perform on the floor. So and you got to perform when it gets crazy. So the same nemesis that we had, you can't let that to creep back in. You can't allow that self-doubt to creep back in. And I think that's the biggest thing that you've got a big game with Delaware. You're going to be up. You're going to be ready. What a better way to really, wipe out any doubt at all is taking one at home.
And then 3 games left before the CAA tournament comes. Your mantra for the year is finish strong. Is now big a time as ever?
I think that's going to put it to the test. I mean, it was more than just a statement, and it was really brought by the 2 seniors. Candace Bond and Shantae Evans in the postseason said, Coach, we just learned last year it wasn't how you start, it's how you finish. And I think now that's been handed to them on a platter. Like, okay, let's see, because we've had a lot of ups and downs. You can't be, one's happy. You're disappointed with some of the games you should have won, but it is what it is at this point, and you can wipe all that out, and everybody's memory can be completely forgotten very quick. Because I still wouldn't want to play us. The team that we know that we can put on the floor that's capable of doing what we're capable of doing is a very dangerous team, and they just got to believe, going into the tournament.
Now it seems you have another option off the bench, Alexis Carter. She's healthy. She's scoring 5 straight games. It seems she's kind of getting her feet under her now.
Yeah, between her and Asia Jackson, both of them, Alexis started off with several different things that had, put her back from being injured, and she was really getting into the flow, and then had another setback. So, very, very proud of her minutes defensively. She can lock down, anyone in this league. So you just got to keep working with that. And I thought Asia Jackson was a bright spot in the ODU game. I mean, the way she was playing, that was what we were hoping for all year long. You remember my first radio broadcast about, and you're going to have inconsistencies as a freshman. I mean, you're lucky when you have a Shantae Evans that come along in your program that comes in and puts in consistent numbers right away as a freshman. You don't get that very often. But I have a great group of freshmen. You guys probably saw that, how much they fight, how much passion they have, how together they are. And I think that was evident, in the last 6-8 minutes of the ODU game, because, they just have no self-doubt, and they really believe that they can do anything. And that spread's like, wow, that needs to be what's creeping in.
And we'll beat that this Thursday. Delaware, the numbers speak for themselves. 30-some-odd game winning streak, ranked nationally. Elena Deladon. How do you stop Delaware?
Well, this last time I think she had 35 points. Going into, I thought Candace Bond did a great job in the first half. Had a little bit of foul trouble, and it's the same thing. I thought that you saw what happened in the JMU game, and the only shot that Kayla Miller had was unfortunately a dagger. And it's like you try to give up on certain people to try to double and triple and try to do this, and that's what's made Delaware so much better this year, because they are deep. So we have to kind of continue with the same same game plan. our players are geared up. They do believe they can beat Delaware. There's absolutely no doubt. You know, we do match up with them a little bit different, and you know, Del Don's going to score some, but you can't let her have a career beyond career night. And then the free throws. You know, she's deadly. You know, that's what usually happens. Even if you contain, if she's 3 for 6, and then she has, you know, 11 free throws. You know, that's how she hurts you, because she gets to that free throw line. So, you know, it's definitely not an easy task, but it's one that we're up for, and we felt really positive when we played at their place, and you know, collectively everybody's going to be ready to go.
And obviously you're a different team than JMU, but do you look at Sunday a 1-point loss where if one thing went another way, the Dukes possibly win?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was interesting. They had a chance, and they, you know, they took the wrong shot, and there wasn't enough time to get that shot off. You know, Gigas got the steal, and they needed a 3. But you know, sure. And then at Delaware, you know, it's like you know, Delaware is the team that has it's all on them. You know, we're the team that needs to be beyond finding ourselves, and we're past finding ourselves. We know who we are. We just can't have a setback to really knock us back hard right now. I mean, it's like you know, you're in control of that as a coach as much as we can to get them ready to be on the floor, and as players to believe in your teammates. And so I think you know that you know, at Delaware with JMU, it was crazy, because Delaware is the one that is kind of sweating the bullets a little bit here. And everybody else, it is beyond gravy. I mean, you know, they are the team to beat, and they have a lot to lose.
And is that a message that you're sending across, that they're the ones with the winning streak?
100%.
They're the ones with the national ranking to lose?
100%. They're the ones with all the pressure that's on top of them. And you know, like I said, I would be scared. You know, and the scary part is, you know, what our team that shows up, that is capable of, you know, pulling out greatness, is a dangerous thing to know that, you know, at our house. I mean, I think it's still hard on some of our away games with the young players to really understand how to win at an away game. You know, you're not going to get the calls, and you're not going to get those things. And you know, we're at home with Delaware this Thursday, and everyone's really, you know, geared up. You know, minus, you know, the lack of performance we had in the last few games.
And Sunday is senior day, always an emotional day.
Yeah, it's just a big day. I mean, I think you know, you've had some punches in the face here of late, but there's so much celebration to these seniors that have played here, and that have really, you know, done a lot under the circumstances. And you know, everyone's got to be proud of all Shantae's accomplishments. Candace Bond, I mean, arguably the best defensive player in the league this year. You know, so you have all of this to hang your hat with, and everybody's really excited about, you know, the seniors.
And obviously you have Thursday to worry about, but was it a wake-up call down in Wilmington? The Seahawks gave you a scare?
Yeah, I mean, everyone. I think Towson is your biggest one, where you know, you're just not. You got that balance again. You've got 2 seniors that have been through 4 years of understanding, and you got, you know, 7 or 8 other people over here that it doesn't matter what somebody's record is. Everybody's trying to be. That was the biggest win in Towson's, you know, season this year, and you could tell it was evident how they acted. And you know, I don't think people don't realize that Hofstra has built a name for itself. People want to beat Hofstra, and when you allow someone to creep back in and do that. So I think that, you know, if you didn't learn from the Towson game on that, you know, I don't know what you learned from, because everybody's ready and chomping at the bit to beat us.
How do you topple the giant and get back on the winning track?
Yeah, I mean, it's collectively, it's going to take everyone defensively, you know, with them. And we definitely, and you can't, you know, just like those rallying points, you can't let, you know, the body blows where, you know, we make a mistake and they score a layup, or they score something or we don't score, and you know, that whole nemesis is of us throughout the year, where we have to be able to respond. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that, you know, you're trying to find the answer is, like, you have to pull together and respond. You're very highly capable. I mean, proof in the second half of the JMU game here at Hofstra. I mean, we were down, we were not responding. You know, in the first half, we had effort, but we were just kind of paralyzed by what was happening, and then all of a sudden they take the self-doubt out of their head, and we play and have every chance to beat JMU at home. And you know, that's what happens when you have a lot of youth, you know, in your guard play, because you know, it's just inconsistent.
Head coach Krista Kilburn-Steveskey, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Hofstra takes on nationally ranked Delaware on Thursday. You can listen to the game on 1190 WLIB, an AM station in New York City. You can also watch and listen both games this week through the Pride Zone account. I'm Rob Joyce. Thanks, Hofstra fans, for tuning in to the WB Mason's Coaches Report with Krista Kilburn-Steveskey.